flight, 1820 air-cooled radial engine, delivering 1,350 horsepower with a power boost water methanol injection. Service in December 1940. Started out its design for a new fighter supply plane, and realised that wouldn't really come busted, so it developed it into a monoplane, the F4F Wildcat it was known as, when produced by Grumman itself. This example of FM2 denoting the fact that it was this example in particular, but many by the Eastern Aircraft Division of General Motors. Shot down the Uncas U-88 over Scarborough Flow, and that was the start of the aircraft engagement in the Battle of the Atlantic. We see it here, controlled in the Allied invasion of Europe. Here, 846 Squadron at Paxton in Orkney, but deployed on board ship. Operating Grumman Avenger torpedo bombers, when in December 1943 a fighter flight was added of Wildcat 5s coming from 1830 Squadron, and it became Britain's first composite unit of Avengers and Wildcats. Its role, the time of D-Day, of course providing fighter protection, though it was to be somewhat curtailed from the carrier on which the unit was embarked. Unfortunately collided with another ship on the 10th of June 1944 and was taken out of the fight. airworthy. Now, test pilot Dave Southwood in control today. Rest of hostilities. The 8th Air Force's main tactic being daylight raids against German Duxford facilities, protected latterly by the long-range F-7 fighters, the P-47 Thunderbolts, and the P-51 Mustangs. Tasks was Operation Point Blank, the Allied bomber offensive against targets in the northern France area that formed part of the lead-up to D-Day, softening up the area in preparation for the Allied invasion thereafter. As the Allies gained increasing air superiority over continental Europe, B-17 losses decreased, but flak was still a danger to the B-17, even with its legendary survivability. Sally B is operated as a flying memorial to the around 79,000 Allied airmen killed in the European theatre of operations, of whom 27,000 belonged to the 8th Air Force alone. No wonder its operator, Ellie Salimbo, who's been involved with this aircraft ever since it arrived in Britain in 1975, describes it as a living piece of our national heritage. Long may it live on, though the aircraft receives no official support. It's privately owned and operated from Duxford, permanently based here, raising the fund for souvenir sales, and the loyal support of the team of volunteers who work on this aircraft and the members of the Sally B Supporters Club. Here we see the B-17's bomb doors opening for this pass. The aircraft being shown on view today by David Kuipers, who is a very experienced pilot of multi-engine historic aircraft, the B-25 Mitchell, the C-47 Skytrain. Members all around the world dedicated to Sally B's upkeep in airworthy condition. All funds raised go towards today to the memory of one of Sally B's staunchest supporters, B-17 Preservation Sales Team leader Derek Smith, who passed away recently. Derek, this pass is for you. He's sadly missed by all of his many friends amongst Sally B's greater supporters. Normandy, the Curtis Hawk 75A1. This aircraft, the fighter collection, is the sole airworthy Hawk 75 in the world. Airworthy warbird, in that it saw active front-line service with both the Allied and Axis sides during hostilities. It was delivered to France's Armée de l'Air in April 1939, at the time when the Hawk 75 was becoming French Air Force's standard fighter, and a really splendid machine it was. On the Western Front of World War II involved Hawk 55s, the French called them, shooting down a pair of Messerschmitt Bf-109s on the 8th of September 1939. This aircraft went to the famous ex-company Lafayette, based in France, subsequently at Toul during the Battle of France. But then, after France fell and the Vichy regime was established, the German supporting Vichy regime, it was among the Hawk 75s that ended up in Oran, in Algeria, after the armistice with Germany. There, part of an outfit called the Armée de l'Air de l'Armistice, the air arm of Vichy France. The unit, which switched from Allied to Axis, was there involved in engagements against Allied aircraft, including many British types, Fleet Air Arm, Very Full Mars, Royal Air Force Lockheed Hudsons, Sunderlands, Vickers Wellingtons. Decimated when the Allies landed in North Africa in Operation Torch, late 1942, particularly in the hands of US Navy Wildcats, rather like we saw earlier. Survived to tell the tale, and then when Vichy France, French Air Force fighter groups used H-75. To the Americans, it was with the US Army Air Corps, as it was then, signed into service in April 1938. This was known as the P-36 Hawk. It was obsolete pretty soon as the newer Curtiss P-40 family began to appear. Combat that American P-36s saw was at Pearl Harbor when some aircraft that were based there went into action against the Japanese, and they managed to shoot down 2 Zeros. However, it served with many other countries as well. Or even against the Soviets. This one was used by a French Air Force training unit at Cazaux post-war. A man called Michel Pont sailed it with the shots.